Can you hear? I I have my book, but I wrote a thing about Devorah, and now I can't find it. I must have left it on the dining room table. Okay. It was really good, though, I must say. Can they hear me online, Sarah? Huh. Well, this thing's on. We had the same problem a couple weeks ago. Good Shabbos, Abby. Okay, we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we'll get started. I would just like to make an announcement. As some of you may know, our president, Julie, sent out a correspondence late this afternoon. As you know, Rabbi Devorah has been struggling with some health issues, and she's under doctor's orders to have a modified work schedule. So from now until the end of June, the lay leaders are taking over the weekly services. And Devorah will be available for Yisker, Passover, life cycle events, but she's under doctor's orders to take care of herself, and she has to be under modified work. So I am inviting everyone here to help. If you have a favorite prayer and you want to lead it, please let me know. If you want to try your hand at leading services, please let me know. And the easiest ones to lead are the musical ones where we have Tracy and Michael, because they do all the heavy lifting. So keep that in mind, okay? So, and what better thing can we do for Devorah that when she comes back, you know, we are more engaged and we can help her when she comes back, okay? And because of Gov and David, we already have, you know, like a team, you know, that if you've come on Saturday mornings, you'll see it's evolving into something so beautiful that everybody has a part and everybody, you know, takes part of it, and it's really quite lovely. Not lay leaders, but they help. You know, it's a spiritual team. It's a whole team that, you know, everybody does their thing. People try different things. You'll notice a lot of people are chanting Torah that never chanted before. Yeah, yeah. So I think Devorah will be quite pleased when she comes back at the progress we'll be making and the community we continue to build during her absence. Can they hear me, Sarah? They can't see you. Oh, well. And I don't know if they can hear you or not. They're talking to each other. Okay, well, I think we should get started. And I think we'll warm up our voices with Bim Bam and Shabbat Shalom. Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam. Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. And I just want everyone to know that tonight's Oneg is being sponsored by Bela and Mitchell Dietrich in memory of Bela's parents. So to honor them even further, I would like to invite Bela up to light the candles. And that will be on page 120. You can use the one up here.
Oh, she lit it already?
Well, just the lighter one, so it's easier for you. Oh. No, I was one step ahead on that. I know I know it can be difficult. We'll get the microphone so everyone can hear you. Do you need the words or no?
Oh, I was just going to do the bracha.
Yeah.
What, in English or just in Hebrew?
Just Hebrew's fine. Yeah. It is.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu Shabbat.
Thank you, Bela. You're welcome. Do you want some help, or are you okay?
I'll be okay.
Are you sure? Okay. Okay, we're on page 126. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. We're on page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashare, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlochim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlochim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Zechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlochim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. And if you're able, could you please rise? We're on page 144. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba B'alma Devorah kultevim lich malchutei b'chayechom uv'yomechom uv'gadei l'chol beit Yisrael balaga balaga uv'izman korib v'yimaru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'me'omaya yitborach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitabar v'yitmamam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemeidakusha barichu Le'olam min kol baracha v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'yimaru Amen. We're on page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamavorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Le'olam Voed Hamevorach Hamevorach Le'olam seated. We are now on page 148, and I'm going to read this one in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhma poteach she'arim, uvitvunai ma'aseh itim, umchalif et chazmanim, umsader et hakokavim, b'mishbemotechem berakira kirtzaro, b'rei yom v'layla, goler ol mekhosheh, hoshech, v'hoshech meknei or. Umadir yom uvein laila, umaldil bein yom uvein laila, Adonai shemo, el chai v'kayom, tomid yimloch, aleinu le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. We're now on page 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisroel, Amcha ohavta, Amcha ohavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu lemadata, Otanu lemadata. Al kain Adonai Eloheinu b'kshuveinu, uvkavmeinu na'aseh b'chukecha, v'nismach b'dvorei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam voed. Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yomeinu, uvahem negei yomim v'layla, negei yomim v'layla, ve'ahavtecha, al tusir mimenu leomim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisroel, Ohev Amo Yisroel. We're on page 152, and please rise for the Shema. Shema Yisroel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. We are on page 154. Excuse me. Sometimes I forget how things start. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinam tom levanecha v'dibarta bom v'shiftecha b'veitecha u'v'leftecha v'aderech u'v'shaftecha u'v'kumecha u'tertam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'v'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'ditem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzetzi etzchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lochem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. We are now on page 157, and please join me in this reading if you would like. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, Give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be at one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. We're on page 158. Mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Noro tehilot, o sefele, noro tehilot, o sefele. Malchutecha, ra'uvonecha, bokei hayom, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze'eli, anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch, Adonai yimloch, le'olam va'ed. V'ne'amar ki fadat Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo ma'achad chazak mimenu, baruch atah Adonai go'al Yisrael. We are now on page 161 and 160. And we're going to start with the English on 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu l'shalom. V'hamidenu shamreinu l'chayim. Ufrosolenu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu l'shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. We are now on page 162. We're going to do Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisroel et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'Devorah berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisroel et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'Devorah berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisroel oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisroel et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'Devorah berit olam. Ki sheshet yomim asa Adonai Asa Adonai et Hashemayim v'et Horetz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat lasot et Hashabbat ledoratom berit olam uvayom hashviyi Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat lasot et Hashabbat ledoratom berit olam. We are now on page 165, and if you are able to, please stand. Did I say 165? I meant 166. Sorry. Thank you for paying attention, Mitchell. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon Gomel chasadim tovim, bekonei hakol, bezocher chasdei ovot umovot, umevi gula, livnei v'nechem, laman shemo bi'ahavo, melech ozer Moshiach u'mogen, baruch atah Adonai, mogen Avraham v'etzrat Sarah. Atagi bor le'olam Adonai mechayeha kol ata rav lehoshia mechalkei chayim b'chesed mechayeha kol b'rachamim rabim zomech noflim v'rofei cholim umatir asurim umekayem emunato l'shenei ofor Michamocha bial gevurot umidyon melech melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'amanat halachayot hakol baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. We're on page 170. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukashim b'chol yom yechalucha sela baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. And please be seated. We are now on page 173. Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny us to the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. We're on page 174. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu bi'am Yatom Bi'ahavot Tikabel Utehile Ratzon Tomid Avodat Yisroel Yisroel Amecha. Well, wait a minute, I got lost here. I've got like an arrow going down. V'techezeno anenu b'shuv v'chol Tzion. Barachamim. Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinato Litzion Litzion. We are now on page 176, and please join me with the English in the middle. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. Now, anyone who knows me knows that Shalom Rav on 178 is my very favorite prayer. And if you were here a couple weeks ago, you also know that I think nobody sings it better than Tracy. But I will do my best. And please join me. Shalom Rav al Yisroel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisroel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisroel b'chol edu kol sha'o b'shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai hamvorech et amo Yisroel b'shalom. And we're going to turn to page 180. And normally we take a little bit of time to reflect. But this week, I would like to invite Bela up to the bima to read a poem that she has written. You want to stand up on here?
Oh, okay.
There you go, sweetheart.
Shalom. My parents and my brother are gone. Within me, their love lives on. They watch from above, descending their heavenly love. I was blessed with 2 parents and a brother. We loved and cared for each other. We celebrated our joys and shared in our sorrows. They were respectable people with high morals. Someday I will be with my family, my brother Sheldon, Father Isaac, and Mother B. It isn't goodbye. It is until we meet again. We will be together then.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your talents with us, and thank you for remembering your beautiful family with us.
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, be careful. We can't have any casualties. We are on page 180, and we're going to sing O Say Shalom. O say shalom bimramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. So we're going to go to page 371 for our Mishabera. And of course, I want to put Rabbi Hazzan Devorah at the top of our list this week. I hope that our prayers help, and I wish her a full and speedy recovery. I also have a very, very dear friend that's struggling. Her name is Ann Gerdstakis, and I wish her a full and speedy recovery also. And I want to share with you that there are 4 people in my life, Ann is one of them, aside from Rabbi Devorah, that are struggling with chronic illnesses. And I feel that regardless of the outcomes, that it is a rare privilege to, in some cases, a very small part, accompany them on this journey we all call life. So I'm thinking of 2 in particular who are very private and don't want their names out there, and my friend Ann, and my friend Susan, who is on the Mishabera list. So I'm going to read the names on the list, and then I'm going to ask if there's anybody else that needs our prayers this week. So we have Tony Lee, Hannah Levin, Valerie Horner, Rona Paquette, Jackie Farrell, Miriam Schneer, Abraham Labby, Louise Ziff, Richard McGinty, Morton Kaplan, Bonnie Levine, John Farrell, Lindsay Martin, Tamara Fishman, Martin Jean, Rabbi Jeffrey Ablisser, Igor Kurgansky, Kevin Killip, Clara Lobach, Maya Klaas, Susan Tuck Sweetman, Emmett McDonald, Glenn and Melody Dunn, Sharon Schneer, Rebecca Chappis, Ginny Symbolist, Evgenia Davidok, Dina Fahy, Ari Bansara, Linda Stewart, Sandy Malowitz, Cheryl Nicole Wright, Colleen Halpern, Karen Devorah Bott, Masadi V. Norman, Lori Curtis, Asher Israel, Ray Zoy, Alana Bott Dora, Terry McCastoker, Dan Keeney, Alyssa Wright Tammy, Bia Mona, Gail Kaplan, Hetty Halpern, Joseph Shimon, of course, Rabbi Hazzan Devorah Fick. And I also want us to say special prayers for safekeeping for all in Israel, Iris Kaver Berliner and family, Michael, Orly, Yuval, and Noam Kessler, and all the soldiers, hostages, and those who have been released, the family of Staff Sergeant Yeshay Mann, AH. And are there any other names to include on this list? Yes, Bela. Harry Indig. Any other names? Okay, we're on page 371. Misheberach Avotenu Makor HaBracha Li'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Makor HaBracha Li'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We're now on page 376. And David, could I have you come up when I'm done with for our congregations, do the prayer for Israel? Thank you. So we're on page 376, and we're doing the community prayer for our congregation. Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy. Baruch atah Adonai, shechiot la'avad chabayard na'avod. Yep. Thank you. You probably don't need that, so don't trip over it.
Avinu Shabashamayim, Tzor Yisrael v'Ga'alo, Barech Medina Yisrael, V'Reshit Tzimchat Kulatenu Chagein Alecha Be'evrat Chazecha, Ufros Alecha Sukat Shlomecha, Usach Orcha V'Amit Cha L'Reshecha, Sarecha V'Yo Atzecha, V'Taknem Be'etza Tova Milfanecha V'Natata Sholom B'Aretz, V'simchat olam le'yosheva v'yinomar amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, David. I'm a little discombobulated because my printer's broken, so I had to rely on like notes and stickies, and like usually I have it, it all together and just print and copy, but this will work. Okay, so our Torah portion this week is Pekudi, and it's the last portion in Exodus. And Parshat Pekudi describes the records kept of all the work and materials used in the construction of the Mishkan, as well as all the donations given by the Israelites. When the Mishkan is completed, Moses and the Israelites celebrate by anointing it. God's presence fills the sanctuary and leads the people throughout their journeys. So the prominent themes of this portion are the obligation of giving charity, or tzedakah, and the accountability of public officials. During the medieval period, such communal taxes were allotted not only to support local synagogues, but to maintain other Jewish communal institutions, including schools, libraries, courts, jails, health facilities, ritual baths, and shelters for the poor and hungry, cemeteries, and the supervision of kashrut or standards of food preparation for the community. Giving charity beyond the taxes collected by the community to support the needy and maintain institutions, including synagogues, was always considered a mitzvah, an obligation and responsibility of every Jew. The Torah instructs Jews to leave the corners of their fields for the strangers, the poor, the widows, and the orphans. Later, the rabbis emphasized that providing for the poor brings one into the presence of God, and those who use their energies for helping others less fortunate than themselves shall be rewarded with long life, prosperity, and honor. And please remember that giving includes sharing our time and our talents as well. It's not just giving money. And Jewish tradition maintains that public officials must be above suspicion. The community must have full confidence in the integrity and honesty of those chosen to serve. Handling the funds of others demands open and careful scrutiny. Just as Moses makes a detailed public accounting of his collection and expenditures of funds, so all public officials are to be held to such high ethical standards. So I think it's very, very fitting, this portion, especially when, we're about to have a federal election a month away. So I thought it's very, very fitting that this portion comes out now. And I just want to read you the announcements. So tomorrow, Saturday, March 29th, is the last day for the early bird registration for the second night Seder. And there's no Friday night service next week because we'll have a Saturday morning service, April 5th, with a lunch and learn following. And again, it will be a lay leader doing the service, but we're getting a lot better at Saturday morning services. So, and again, think about your favorite prayer and volunteer to come and say and lead your favorite prayer. And then you'll get a little more comfortable, and then hopefully we'll have a few more lay leaders to pick from. So Saturday, April 12th is the first night of Passover, and Sunday, April 13th at 5:30 is the Passover Seder here. And that's all for announcements. So if you will rise and turn to page 586, we'll begin our concluding prayers with Elenu. No, Elenu first, and then Kaddish. And please rise if you're able to. And this gets a little confusing, so we're going to start at the bottom on page 586, and on page 588, we're going to read the English in the middle for you spread out the heavens, and then we're going to go to page 591 and do V'ne'emar. Okay? Yes, any opposed? All in favor? Thank you. Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, l'tekedu lo l'etzer v'reishit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, v'lo samanu kigashpot hadoma, shelo sam chelkenu kohem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamanom, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlochim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. So we're on page 588. For you spread out the heavens and established the earth. Your majestic abode in the heavens above, and your mighty presence is in the loftiest heights. You are our God, and there is none else. In truth, you are our sovereign without compare. As is written in your Torah, you know then this day and take it to heart that Adonai is surely God in the heavens above, and on the earth below there is no one else. Page 591. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'oretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We're going to go to 598, and I'm going to read the names. Recent deaths in our community is Raphael Klein, father of Asaf Klein, whose funeral was today. Yetta Lager, who's in the second week. Yortsites for this week are Sarah Rotman, mother of Selma Shafetz, Beverly Alexis, wife of Jerry Alexis, Samuel Booth, Tilly Cohn, mother of Philip Cohn, Sam Freed, father of Gerald Freed and Diana Orman, David Green, Percy Katz, Robert Creever, brother of Judy Ablisser, Rose Lubar, Saul Miller, William Saperstein, William Silver, father of Sandy Malowitz, and Arthur Weingarten. We're on page 598. Absolutely, please do. Henry Brown? Henry Brown. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was added by Anne. Thank you, Anne. Are there any other names to include? Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, Bilma Devorah kurute v'yamlich malchute, B'chayachom u'v'yomachom u'v'chayedachol beit Yisrael, B'gala uzman koriv v'yamru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah maroch le'olam omel maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitabar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shemei dukusha barichu, le'ela min kol barichata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabbah min shemayim v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav, hu yasei shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Please be seated, and please turn to 626, where we will sing En Kelohenu. 626, yes. En Kelohenu, En Kadonenu, En Kimelkenu, En Kamoshienu, Mi Kimelkenu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kimelkenu, Mi Kamoshienu, No Del Eloheinu, No Del Adonenu, No Del Malkeinu, No Del Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Now we'll do a little Kiddush on page 123. And for those of you who noticed we didn't do L'chol Dodi, it's because I don't know how to start L'chol Dodi. And then I always have trouble with the verses. To me, there's too many words to go with the thing. So anytime I lead, if somebody else would like to do L'chol Dodi, you are more than welcome. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kadshanu b'mitzvotav b'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho b'ahava uvratzon hintilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki yom tehila l'mikre kodesh zecher l'tiyat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ava uvrotzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. And we have a lovely calla. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And I'd like to remind everybody that Bela and Mitchell sponsored the Oneg tonight. And again, thank you very much in memory of your wonderful family. It's over in the chapel. And to everybody on live stream and Zoom, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for joining us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of prayers I can only do with maybe.
Well, your favorite one, you can come up and do it with me.
Well, I just thought if there's anything that, I can let you know what I know, and if you want me to help you.
I took some stuff this morning to help her.
Saturday goes.
Oh, somebody was gonna get one from Devorah and send
Right,
it to you.
and if it doesn't happen, I have one that I can modify,
beautiful,
right? Because like I
okay.
don't wanna like, Devorah it is, Devorah, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
So I think I'm good there, and just so you'll know, because maybe you'll come up and do you take Aliyahs? Are you okay with the Aliyah? Okay, so like.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
normally, just so for you and them know, so normally like the Torah is out, and then someone spends 10 minutes trying to find out where we're actually
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
doing that. If I
Okay.
can find it, I can find it.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
not,
yeah.
what I do is, and most people do it from a piece of paper anyway,
Right.
because it's bigger.
It's got, and it's got the vowels and the little things,
Yeah, so you know the
Yeah.
trope, right?
Yeah.
So what I was just thinking I was going to do is, so the Torah will come out, and put it out, and all that. And if someone's taking Aliyah and they want to just randomly come right, then it closes it up. But when I'm actually doing it, I'll probably just have my siddur right there.
Exactly.
And then and then the person that's like doing their prayer, I have them step over here, like and they're in the middle of it, and they can follow along here.
Right.
So I've already got it kind of mapped out.
Oh,
And then the second person over there, so that nobody's actually following in the Torah.
Right,
It's very
okay.
distracting when that
Yeah.
happens. And I'll be kind of in the middle if I'm chanting.
Okay, yeah.
So that's just gonna be my little modification
Okay,
there.
beautiful.
Okay, yeah, I think it'll be a little smoother. I'll try to find where we are.
Okay. Is it the very first portion of Leviticus?
It's not, it's Leviticus,
Because I know
it's
this.
Vayikra, it's 7th portion. So it's 5:11 to 5:26.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
And, so I hadn't got as far as to actually do like the Devorah, the drosh or whatever.
Okay.
So why don't I do this so that I'm not just dumping stuff on you? Let me see what I can organize over the next few days.
Okay.
And because I kind of jumped in and asked Sarah too, because I saw you guys were suggesting which is great. I'll try to get other people involved.
Well, because she knows I'm not that familiar or comfortable with that.
It's a lot.
It is.
And
And if it's too much, we don't even have to really tear it up. But we don't have to.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
I think, and I think we have a minion. I'm fine. That part is no problem.
Okay.
I'll see if God wants to do a Torah portion. If not, I can do it.
Okay.
And I'm okay with like doing the procession and all that. Like that part I'm pretty comfortable with.
Okay, good.
So I'm just trying to think what and then for the luncheon I can do.
What's the topic?
Well, I don't know if Devorah had already a topic, but the topic can be my family's surviving the Holocaust could be a topic, or
Okay.
so that's very personal, but I can do it, or I can do kind of like the type of style that I did for last Friday on the Parshat, or
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't think we'll talk about Israel and Gaza this time.
Okay. Yeah, it is. I agree. Yeah.
Something I will keep it kind of G.
Yeah.
Because then it goes right into like, once I got started and I was like talking about tariffs and can of bananas. And then I was like, are we being recorded? Oh no, I didn't know that.
I don't know if
It all got cut.
if they ever went back and deleted
It did, it's all
Oh, they
deleted.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I saw, like, it took a couple of hours.
And
I
I will tell you, another